So this is my basically a wasteland mock, I guess you can say. Um, it's pretty small, 232 by 32 base plates, and I don't know how many blocks it takes. So yeah, this is it, and I'm gonna give you a little overview of it. So this is scorched earth. Over here was supposed to be a runway, but I couldn't make a plane, so now it's basically nothing. Just a black wasteland. Moving over here, as you can see, it gets a bit more industrialized right here. And then like over here is a bunch of brown bricks. Here we have some lava that's been exposed by a tiny industrial floor. Right beside, well, we'll get into this a bit later. Right here supposed to be like a sinkhole. And then this is where I guess you can say a nuke basically dropped. Give me 1 second. It's just a bottomless pit. I didn't make it huge because I ain't got enough blocks for that. So yeah, as you can see, like, instead of dirt being underneath and grass on top, it's a bit vice versa. So yeah, that's why it is the way it looks right here. Moving over here, we have a tiny, strip of fallout land. And then over here is a bunch of exposed green. So yeah, this is basically just a tiny hill right here. This I thought was completely straight when it isn't. So that's why that's the way it is. A huge crack. And then turning this around, we have a tiny exposed blown out bunker. This carries some missiles, a few crates. In here, I don't really know what's actually in there. Goggles, visors, stuff like that. So that is a bit important. Over here, you can see we have a few rifles with a gem right there. And then right there is also a rifle. And then this is the ladder. With Lego ladders, they're actually easily brick made. You just take a few Lego plates place some flat plates or 2 studded, 4 studded plates on it, and then boom, you have a ladder. As you can see, the floor is a bit rusted out with more grayish underneath this rifle, some vents. And then like towards the top is more rust. So yeah, I was gonna place like a door that you could take out. That's why this is here, but I decided not to. On this side, as you can see, there's like a huge gap in between this wall and this. I don't really know why I put that there, just to cover everything up. So yeah. And then over here you see you have some gold covering up lava while cracked lava is still around. And then this is just to show like a bit of regrowth on the top. And yeah, moving on to this is probably like my biggest build ever. This is my Eiffel Tower. Huge thing. This is built using inverted slopes and these downward slopes. As you can see there, this is the first story with just one barrel. It's not all the same color though. Moving up, there's these Technic pieces with, well, that are technically used for holes to make like planes and all that, but I use them as support pillars. Moving to the second story, there's 2 windows that you have and a tiny not walled roof. It's just got 4 pillars. And then in the middle is a tiny no command table. Moving to the third story, it's getting uglier as it goes. I used upward slopes, some bricks, a wall, a tiny arch, a window, and some pillars, just to create like a 1-bed sleeping room. Moving to the 4th story is a bit more rocky, I guess you can say. That just holds up the top story, which houses the flag. And I did have more missiles, but I forgot them. I couldn't find a chest or anything, so yeah. The tip right here is the same tip as is on that golden tipped missile. That silver tipped one is basically, I guess you could say, chemical warfare advanced, I guess. So, yeah. I really like this. This is probably one of my biggest builds yet. I did an Umbara mock that took quite a few Lego bricks, including a trench. So this is like my first build where I've experienced using something that wasn't a trench, basically. Instead of using a trench, I used a bunker and an ugly looking Eiffel Tower. So yeah, there you have it. I will post the story later on, and I will also add some minifigures later on. And there we go.